Welcome back, everyone. This is One Piece Chapter Review 1166, titled New Tales. I would like to replace the title with He Died a Human. They cured, Roger and Garp cured his curse, and then some people preying on the weak, they killed him, of course. Well, can't blame them. Garling, bro. He's like, okay, Rox, I'm gonna stop him. And he's acting all height and mighty. But the results are only when there is slaves, children, and elderly to slay. That's the only thing he can do. Well, and the disabled. If yeah, Rox was disabled here, or you know, half dead. So we see Roger and Job just laying down, passed out. Rox is alive. The curse is gone. He's back. He says, "Come on, stay alive. This island is what is this island?" I think he wanted to say this island is gonna be gone, and he's talking to Roger and Garp to stay alive. Uh, and we see Garling, Shamrock, and the other person. They come and end his life. They admit it's too late. Roger Garp, run. You can't die here. The goat. The goat. He's thinking about these two when he's about to die. That's why. Bro, Brooks, Brooks, how can you be this goated? And he says, "Oh yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to say. Thanks for stopping me." And then he gets stabbed. That's how he ends. That's it. Of course, we don't say it. Of course, it's too sad to see. Then we cut to Copper and Rayleigh taking Garp and Roger. They're running. They ask about Rox. He was killed. Come on, bro. Couldn't you make it earlier? Save that man. He would have. They would have been able to save him. Like I want to talk about how he's just accepting his fate. The idea of giving up in One Piece, giving up on your life, just accepting your fate. Like maybe if he could have had the will to live, he could have been able to live. We see Luffy doing this every time, always. Well, expect that one time in Lockdown, yeah, in Lockdown, he gave up and just accepted his fate. But after that, it was. I don't think we have seen Luffy giving up and Sloopy. Yeah, and Sloopy as well. The idea, like, I see in Luffy, there is always hope as long as you're alive. Not just accept your fate. Maybe he learned that over the years, two times, as far as I recall. He gave up in lockdown. He was saved by Dragon, probably. He gave up in El Slubi. He was motivated by Usopp, then won and survived. Maybe he learned after that, like, to not give up until you're not even when you're dead. That's what happened in Wano. Like you could see it, you could see it. It is possible within the story. It is within reason. If he did not give up, if he maybe Rox tried even a little bit, not in this chapter, right before, because he just asked Roger and Garp to just kill him, to not even try to solve this. To Luffy would have not done that. Luffy would have, you know, he would have tried to save him. He would have tried to cure him before even accepting the fact that, yeah, we have to kill him. Luffy does not go by rules. He makes his own. That's why he's the main character. I guess that's his character. That's how Luffy is. Some people, they say, like, if you give Luffy a choice between like two strong choices, saving someone or saving the country, he would find a way to do both, saving the person and the country. Something like that, you can guess. But like these other people, other characters, I don't think that's it for them. Rox gave up, so did Roger and Garp on saving him. Uh, but at the end, he died a human. He was killed as a human. That's thanks to Garp and Roger. We see the island is falling apart. Maybe they did something. They did. They did not have the ancient weapon here, of course. But like power of the abyss, we don't know. So they escape. Garp, Roger. We see them getting treated. See Shanks sleeping. Blackbeard is alive. Big Mom, Whitebeard, Kaido, Dragon, Koma, Genie. Of what's father's name? Ivankov. Uh, there was, yeah, I was scrolling Instagram, like watching reels and stuff before reading the chapter. So there was a picture of frogs in Nika's phone. Then I started reading this chapter, and this was the scene, you know, like before, after the silence, there was a massive bolt of lightning that split the heavens. What was that about? My head immediately went to the spoiler I saw. Okay, so I got reminded of how Luffy, when he awakened his devil fruit, he he a haki burst, and the the sky was cleared. What is this lighting really? Why is the sky split? Maybe it's just Emo doing his job. Maybe it's just like the world is crying kind of thing, because we all are. Like, fear not, his end was not in vain. We see everyone celebrating Rox's death. How dare you? I mean, maybe he was terrorizing stuff and etc. But like, he's the goat. So we see Roger. They find chest, the treasure chest. They find Shanks. That's it. We see Garp. He's mad about the article. He's talking about he's the hero. Then he's talking to what was his name? The Buddha, Sengoku. Yeah, he's talking to Sengoku. And you see how they're bonding. Like, yeah, if you stray away from this path, I will kill you personally, says Garp. And Sengoku's like, yes, that's what I want to do. And he has Garp is quitting. Nah, there is some poor people who needs a guard dog. It's the D family, bro. We see Elbaf. We go to Elbaf. Go to Loki. He's remembering rocks. This is so sad, bro. We see Loki reminiscing. He calls this conversation is interesting. He calls Rock Sneaker, but then he says the warrior of liberation who will destroy the whole world. Yeah, we all know there is two, three versions of Nika: the Liberator, the Destroyer. Yeah, I'm remembering only two. I don't know, but the next is like he wants to be king, but if it's anyone who's going to destroy it, it's gonna be Herald. There is something about probably something about the devil fruit. If there is two versions of Nika, there could be three to two devil fruits. Loki could have one, as far as we know. The one Herald refused to eat. Loki is also strong AF. What does two different Nikas do? S- Well, there is idea like the the Nika fruit that Luffy have is incomplete. He could need to eat another devil fruit to complete his transformation. Like Luffy's fruit is kind of half Nika, okay? And as far as we know, Joy Boy could be permanently in Gear 5 as a normal devil fruit user. We see normal devil fruit users, they could switch to the animal they are, which is in Luffy's term, Nika. But the Nika is his awakening. But like, what is it? When it was in this week's episode, when Emmett was looking for Joy Boy, he was like, where did you go? So like, was Joy Boy always in Nika's form? And like, you need this. You need to have this power like permanently up, not just draining Luffy as always. He will get used to it at some point. Maybe there is a power up. Some people speculate that it's he need the Mother Flame. Luffy could obtain that as well. He has Vegapunk. He could recreate the Mother Flame and give it to Luffy, and Luffy is a Tanga as well. So yeah. Mm. You need to beat these demons. You have to level up. What's that about the Galera? So Rook says, listen up, Loki. Somewhere out there, the Galila are slumbering their outrageous band of Ravengers. And the only one who can put them back into play is your pops. So, my guess is the Galila giants, they were cursed by Emu and then frozen by someone, or even what was her name? No, not Shawushi. The Empress of Amazon Lily, Hankook. Maybe they were frozen by Hankook's devil fruit, but why would then Herald be able to unfreeze them that way? So maybe they need to be unfrozen, then uncursed by Nika's devil fruit. So that's why, well, they are gonna be important for some reason. Creating the ship, creating, fixing a ship. I don't know. So Loki asks Rox why they are not allies, like Herald and Rox. Rox says because of love, probably love for the country, love for the people. I mean, Rox is also in love, right? The Roger pirates did not do anything, maybe because of love as well. They just settled down. There is like a big thing about love in One Piece, connected to the story itself. Yeah, maybe something also happened in the Void Century that was because of love. It was the love for your child, yada yada. Brr. So we see King Harold beating up some thief giant, and he's mad about rocks. And 100% if Harold was there, rocks would be saved. Like they wouldn't need too much. Like let's say rocks transformed, Gerb and Roger stopped him. But if Harold was there, it would be way easier, and then no one would have killed him. We see how he's mad about it. Was his fault? Like, can't understand. That's how life is. That's how you normal humans are. Luffy, he probably won't be like that. He's not like that. He would look for a solution suiting him. That's why he's gotta be stronger. Come on. Then everyone's afraid of Harold. They're spreading accusations, lies, rumors. Giant King loses it. He's blaming also the Giants for being racists, for people doing wrong. Here's another thing that's Luffy is special about. So we see a detention cell, Dragon is held up. Garp comes to throw him a key. He comes up, Dragon says, I'm gonna quit the Marines. Garp says, okay. Then he says, I despise you. He says, okay, throws the key, and Dragon escapes, whatever. Um we have seen Luffy. He never blamed Garp for not saving Ace. I, I doubt he ever will do. He only blames himself for being weak. He did not blame anyone. It's true in that fact. He's not the normal person here. Like, Dragon is the normal person, normal reaction. His dad is working for the government, doing all this stuff. You have the right to quit and despise him. Garp understands. It's, yeah, that's how it is. But he like gives him the key and yeah, run out. Next, as I see it, Herald is gonna play 5D chess, even at the cost of his life. Maybe he's at the end of his rope. There is no other way left. So he walks to his son's wife, Eldariar, says he doesn't care about appearances. He goes to a Navy HQ. Then he walks up and th- removes his horns. I will do whatever it takes to atone for our sins, even if memes becomes a slave. Then we see Emos menacing. Is there a light at the end of this tunnel? There is a note. So, what I think, he's willing to become a slave so that giants have a better position in the world government. But here's the idea: he knows he will end up like Rooks did. Of course, he have a countermeasurement, but it would mean the end of his life. But that's a good trade-off for him for the best of Elbaf. Do we know how that went? Really? No, no. I don't think did his idea work. Are people afraid of giants? I don't think I have seen a reaction to that. When his idea was stopping people from being afraid of giants, they can join the world government to make friends with other nations, not that world government is is the target here. It's just other nations, other people. They need he knows they need to they need to be friends with other nations to overcome the world government. He knows, Herald knows, it's not a fight alone, a- an alone fight you can win. Rooks had other ideas. He just needs power, devil fruits. But then what? Herald believes in overwhelming numbers, trust, love, peace, which is I I would say it's more correct than rocks. It's the better way. Of course, his sacrifice shan't be in vain. The giants are more welcome. There is mercenaries. King Harald's son, what was his name? Hyruddin is a known pirate. No one's like as far as we have seen in the Dressrosa, no one was that afraid of him. He was just surprised. Yeah, giant is OP. Like, Okay, maybe his sacrifice was for the greater good of the future, making things easier for Luffy, as was Rox's sacrifice. Again, someone is willing to sacrifice himself to achieve his goal, which Luffy will never do, probably. As far as we know, he never did. He will find a way. He will make a way. That's how defying fate Luffy is. My guess for the next chapter, we see Herald's End is going to be the same as the Rocks. 2 chapters max. I want to see what happens to the devil fruit. What is the devil fruit? The legendary Elbaf's devil fruit. Does Loki eat it? Does Loki have it? How did they stop Herald? If Herald gets transformed into a devil by Emo, how did they stop? Rocks needed Garp and Roger. We know Shanks, Scopper Gaban was there as well in Elbaf. Loki, Eldariar, mm, maybe they can stop him. Maybe Herald, no along. He had a countermeasurement, poison, whatever. Maybe poisons work. Overall, Elbaf has the most knowledge about Emu, the giants, the history. So maybe there is something. I want to see how Loki reacts. Loki was never disappointed in his dad. That's the good thing to keep up with. Like he was, uh, he was calling him pops and stuff, but like it doesn't agree with his views. Let's see how Loki changes with Luffy's appearance. Dude, I'm so excited for this flashback to end. Looks GG. Go next. Mm, that's it. That's the end of the chapter. No break next week, as far as I see. We're so ready. See you.